Tesla is by far one of the most successful companies in modern history. They popularized fully electric cars and created a massive demand among the public. With a market cap of around $380 billion, Tesla is growing by the day. But to keep up with orders, Tesla built a futuristic facility called the Gigafactory.
This is Tesla's Gigafactory.
Tesla currently produces about 350,000 cars a year, far fewer than the public demands. But they have ambitions to ramp up production to more than 20 million cars a year. This bold strategy will require numerous advances in their current chain of production, including several larger factories, which are currently being built all over the world. But the bedrock of Tesla's production line is their Gigafactory in Sparks, Nevada. The company's first fully built factory will serve as the model for what eventually could be a dozen massive Tesla factories globally.
In theory, building the Gigafactory from the ground up was supposed to give Tesla the freedom to draw up the perfect factory from scratch. But the delays in Model 3 production show that even Tesla doesn't get everything right in the first draft. That's potentially concerning, considering the company needs to make many more Gigafactories if it wants to fulfill its mission, accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. That's Chris Lister, the vice president of the Gigafactory.
We designed this factory with first principles in mind, making as few of moves as possible, positioning lines as close to the loading docks as possible, using automation to our advantage, using gravity to our advantage. We built this with the end in mind of being a net zero facility.
Only about 30% of the factory is currently built out, but upon completion, it could be the world's largest building by footprint. The Gigafactory, which is open around the clock, currently has 7,000 employees. The Gigafactory cranks out approximately 2 battery packs every minute. Its production is currently estimated to be 5,000 a week, with room to grow, according to Sam Jaff, managing director with Cairn Energy Research Advisors in Boulder, Colorado. Jaff studies the electric vehicle market, specifically focusing on the costs to build the battery packs and cells that provide the energy inside those packs. Jaff's analysis pegs Tesla's cost to manufacture a battery cell at $116 per kilowatt hour, which he says is far ahead of the industry. He estimates other automakers building electric vehicles have battery cell costs close to $146 per kilowatt hour. Tesla's Project Roadrunner aims to reduce costs to $100 per kilowatt hour by 2021. Tesla has shown an ability and a drive to reduce both cell costs and battery pack costs, he said. Working alongside the factory's 7,000 human employees are a team of super smart robots. The automated robots can move materials between workstations faster and lift heavier loads while staying charged for 19 hours. Some of the robots navigate through the factory using digital maps. An employee expanded on that, saying, "They're really on a fixed path, so it's very predictable. They're going to the same locations, picking up from one location and emptying off at another location. And what it allows us to really do is to have things moving from inventory to line side all day long without a whole lot of human intervention at all." Gigafactory 1 is aligned on true north, which was done so that the equipment can be mapped by GPS and solar panels on the roof can be accurately aligned. The factory has also been designed to become entirely energy self-reliant. Tesla intends to power the structure through a combination of on-site solar, wind, and geothermal sources. When completed, the building will have the largest footprint in the world and the second largest volume. Though Tesla has faced scrutiny for wastefulness within the factory, its master plan includes many energy-saving features. For example, excess heat from equipment such as compressors and high-temperature ovens will be able to not only run equipment efficiently, but to help keep the factory warm in the colder months. The roof will eventually contain 200,000 solar panels. These will expand across 1.8 million square feet of the factory. The location is a key component of the Gigafactory's ability to use solar energy, as it's located in a desert that gets a large amount of sunlight. Tesla's Gigafactory also has a water cooling system that repels extremely low temperatures. Because of the way the air is here in Nevada, it's dry and really hot during the day, but it's very cool at night. We do have a 10 million gallon water tank out back, and it allows that water to cool down. We use it for air conditioning. A lot of the equipment requires chilled water to operate to keep it running. When construction began in 2015, it appeared that Tesla was risking everything on the Gigafactory 1. It would churn out the batteries necessary for the Tesla Model 3, which is the car that was supposed to make or break the company, and for which Tesla already had hundreds of thousands of orders despite first deliveries still being more than a year away. At least 5 states competed to attract Gigafactory by offering tax incentives, cash grants, and other methods in the hope of future business. California, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and Texas, where San Antonio had offered bigger incentives with no sales tax but did not get the factory. States without sales tax were topping the list of preferred sites. Nevada estimates a tax base of $1.9 billion over 20 years. After sticky negotiations, Tesla chose the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, or TRIC, as the location of the Gigafactory, mainly due to speed and a state of Nevada incentive package. Other location reasons were rail access, direct salability, and low air humidity to ensure less than 300 parts per million humidity in production. The TRIC owners gave the first 1,000 acres to Tesla for free. To help satiate their European market, Tesla is building another factory outside of Berlin, also known as Gigafactory 4. In a recent interview, Musk implied that the Berlin location would not make cars like the rest of the factories. Elon Musk promised the local-made Model Y would be a radical redesign of the core technology of building a car. Musk also spoke in the interview about why the construction is going so fast to speed up environmental changes, how it is going so swiftly with prefabrication techniques, and how well located Giga Berlin will be. However, Tesla is distinctly unwelcome to many Berliners who spurned a Google campus several years ago. Protests have begun, and many people want the corporation to leave before they drive up housing prices. There are a total of 406 objections that have been raised about Gigafactory Berlin, with the most controversial ones being related to Tesla's water use, tree clearing activities, and the use of piles in its construction process. Tesla has responded to some of these criticisms by reducing its planned water consumption and using fewer piles on its build-out site. The opposition is also upset about the fact that Tesla had carried on with Giga Berlin's construction even before final permits were secured.
Tesla's going to need way more Gigafactories, and it's already working on that. Gigafactory 2 is in Buffalo, New York, and is completely dedicated to the company's solar products. The real expansion starts in China. Musk and Tesla recently signed a lease to build a third Gigafactory outside of Shanghai. China is the world's biggest market for electric cars, on pace to sell around 1 million of them in 2018 alone. And while Tesla already has some success in China selling its cars there, building them and selling them locally will help them work around problems like soaring tariffs as a result of the ongoing trade war. The same ideas apply to Europe, where Tesla's fourth Gigafactory is likely to wind up, and beyond. Musk has said he wants a dozen or more Gigafactories around the world. These are all very high ambitions, but Tesla still has a long way to go, and there are definite growing pains as the company scales towards Musk's grand vision.
We can declare victory when every single car on the road is a Tesla. And we can declare victory when every home has power walls and a solar roof that we've made. We'll continue to build out, we'll continue to expand into other markets, whether that be Asia, whether that be Europe, whether that be just different parts of the world that we've not been able to touch up to this point.